Hey Arnie, I've got your watch here. It's Monday. It's evaluation day, so here we go. I got it open. It did not want to open. It's so cool because it's original. But I had to put this in the big case back opener because it did not want to open. But that's the nice thing about having the right tool for the job is the right tool for the job means that you get it all done. And so we got this open. The movement it's bright and shiny, not really hazy at all, which is nice. And even the case back seal, which is flattened, still has some elasticity, which is interesting. There are no servicing marks in the case back, none that I can see. The crown feels a little loose, so I can tell the seal in there is flattened, but the threads are in great condition. It has a lot of turns and it screws flat all the way down. It has the usual thing, which is where the lower arbor port is worn. Yours is actually worse than many. It's really, really, really super duper loose. So that's going to need repair. See, I can move this back and forth. And you can even see the head of the screw here is shifting. The entire shaft is moving. So look at the shadow on that screw. Yeah, that whole port is going to be an oval. So that's going to have to be machined out, and I have to put a bushing in below. But the movement looks nice otherwise, and that's this repair. It's kind of one of the things that the 6000 series needs. Case looks great. No tool marks in case back. I don't see any other issues. Let's talk about the numbers. Real typical for one of these. This number is the degree of the rotation of the balance. It tells us how far back and forth the balance is swinging. The higher this number is, that means the further back and forth it's turning, which means the healthier the movement is. 190, 180, that's low, but it's very, very typical for an unserviced original watch. I mean, this is what I always see. You see a little bit of beat error, and you see these low numbers in the 180s, but it's steady. There's no chop, there's no noise. The fact that there's two lines, that's a visual indication of the beat error. You can see it. When we get it, after it's serviced and we get it adjusted, we'll have just one line and it'll be flat. We can see here it's losing time, and at a glance we can see it has beat error. It's a nice system. Extremely typical. Very, very, very typical for one of these. So there's really not much more to talk about, but let's talk about cosmetics. Hang on. It has a couple things that I like, and I hope to actually someday own a watch that looks like this. Even though some people they'll look at this because it's got the patina on the lume is the gray, and this happens in the presence of a little bit of moisture and sometimes in the presence of heat. But you'll notice the dial is actually relatively unfaded. This to resist text is still the sort of brickish red, which is cool. I mean, I think that's really cool. Then you have the patina on the hands and the dial. It's an unusual look, but it's fine. I mean, we put new seals in this thing and clean it up, and it'll be fine. The one thing you want to avoid is getting any more water in or near this watch, because what'll happen is this gray will deepen into a black. If you really get enough water in there, that'll just turn black. But you want to keep this even gray if you can, and that's why we rebuild the case, put new seals in. Case is good. I mean, it's definitely got some pecking and some wearing, but as always, the thing I always look for is that transition on the case. That sharp line right there. That's what I'm always looking for. And notice this has the later style. I'm sorry, it has the second type rotating ring, which I like. I like the way that this looks. It's my favorite kind of the two styles. I've never come up with an effective nickname to sort of demonstrate the two types, but it looks like you can clearly see the two raised rings around here with just little machined divots coming out of it. I just think they're really cool. So, December 1980. December 1980. Lots of things are going to change. Good watch, though. So basically, it's going to need a movement service. It's going to need a case rebuild. It's going to need a crystal. Your crystal is all kinds of scratched up. You can see it there. So a new crystal really makes these pop. And it's going to need that lower arbor port repair, like hardcore, like it really, really needs it. But beyond that, that's really all it needs. Nice watch. Okay, talk to you later.